you can post a video on a certain topic and it does pretty well. And then you post something else randomly because you think it's going to get views. And then all of a sudden it flops and you're wondering why. If you're feeling your views are inconsistent right now, I don't think it's the algorithm. It's randomness. A lot of creators right now don't want to hear this, but if you've been posting videos and some videos do okay, some might do really good, and then you get a video that just doesn't do anything. Or maybe it starts off really good and then it just kind of stops. That's what we've been noticing. And I do have a thought on this. And I've been doing this now for 17 plus years. So I'm looking at patterns. I'm looking at like what has happened in the past, but also what is happening by looking at the data. And every time we post a video, we're gonna look at the data. My theory and my thought is right now, YouTube is wanting to get people to stick around. They want more watch time, not just necessarily watch time on the platform. Yes, they want that, but I believe they want creators to get more watch time. And those are the creators that are going to be rewarded. And what I mean by being rewarded is you're going to get suggested. So we've been talking a lot about, getting in the discovery and getting in the browse. And that is what we want. Years ago, 17 years ago when I started, we were going after search. Right now, search is like at the bottom of the totem pole. But right now we want discovery, we want browse, and we want suggested. Well, what's the best way to get suggested right now for your own content is to create what I like to call content clusters. So think about that. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sense of all of this because views have dropped on random topics or random videos. And so what I'm trying to do now, and this is what I would have you think about your own content, is like, is the content related to something else that you just created? So I'm thinking about, I'm going to create a video and it's going to talk about an important topic in my niche. And from there, I'm going to create another video that kind of picks up the conversation that's not necessarily going to teach them something new, but it's going to be either another example, another point of view. It's going to be something else that's related to that thing. So here's an example. Let's say that I post a video on Monday and it's on how to get views. And then on Friday, I post a video that is talking about a news update about the A/B split testing for my YouTube channel and for creators. What does that look like? Well, you're going to have people that have watched the video on Monday that might not be interested in that one on Friday. So because of that, it's hard for YouTube to suggest your videos. Now you could say, well, maybe YouTube has videos from your library. They could, but they're going off of fresh content too. At least this is my theory. And this is what I've been testing, and this is what we've been noticing over the last month. I don't have a case study for you yet. I will, hopefully, soon, but I am testing. I am looking at the data. I am trying to see what is working right now for viewers to come back. Because right now, I believe that YouTube is going to reward channels that have viewership come back to their channel, and they are going to suggest the next video, and that is going to be off of fresh content. Now, with that being said, I still believe that titles are super important for our videos. And yes, YouTube now, if we create these content clusters, are going to suggest our videos, but the title still needs to be attractive. It still needs to be click worthy. It still needs to add curiosity. And so I do still feel like titles are super, super important. So I'm still going to be spending time on crafting really, really good titles by looking at ones that have worked in the past. Which, speaking of that, if you struggle with finding titles that grab the attention of your audience, I have created a swipe file for myself, but I'm willing to give it to you, of 10 of our top outlier titles, ones that have performed the best, and I turn those into templates. If you'd like a copy of that, just comment hooks down below and I'll send you a copy. Once again, just comment hooks down below and I'll send you a copy. Now, titles are just a small part of the equation, but the way I'm looking at it is I'm still gonna focus on titles, but I'm going to start focusing more in 2026 on content clusters. And those clusters will now all be related to the topic that we are talking about. And then this way here, hopefully, YouTube suggests our videos to not just new people, but to people that have already watched one of our past videos, and preferably one that they just recently watched. Now, another thing that I think we all can do better, and I think YouTube is going to reward us for it, is being more authentic and using our own point of view. If we have our own thoughts, our own expertise, not just teaching is going to be rewarded. I believe it's point of view and authenticity. And that's why I'm here today in the woods, just like this, because I want to get out of the office. I want to treat this as though I am helping a friend, but I'm also just having a conversation with a friend. And that's all that you need to do when you do point of view. So think to yourself, how can you create more authenticity to where that's what stands out, not the flashy graphics, not the flashy thumbnails. How can you stand out by just sharing your point of view? And I think in 2026, that's going to be a really big deal. And that's what we're focusing on moving into the new year. And, you know, I really think that picking a lane is going to be really, really important, and just being authentic, being real. In the world of AI, I mean, we all know it's hard to even know what is real anymore. And so I think choosing a lane, being authentic, and creating these content clusters that are in that lane and on that topic, and just covering different angles and different thoughts and different point of views, I think is going to be extremely, extremely valuable. And I think that if creators would adopt that, I think they'd have a better chance at succeeding. And I think it would also take a lot of the pressure off. We don't need to have these fancy graphics, or we don't need to have all these fancy edits, and we don't need these fancy thumbnails. But what we do need, and I think it was what we're lacking, is authenticity. And I think that's what YouTube wants. YouTube wants to suggest videos to people so they continue to watch on the platform. And us as creators, we want them to watch our stuff, but I think YouTube does too. And we just need to create that content for them and come up with some really good titles and some really good thumbnails that get people to want to click. But then when they do click, they get value. And they also feel like it's real and it's authentic. And if YouTube's doing its job correctly, well, you should see a video right there that suggests another video from us on this channel that should help you. So watch that video next, and I'll see you there.